Come one, come all, come on down to Chaos's Winter Carnival ride or Carnival show. We've got plenty of action for you tonight with our special headliners Serisan and DMStewart. My name as the conductor of this show is Dang Woo, and in the background pushing the buttons for me and keeping me honest is Danny383. Let's go with what's going to be happening tonight here. Obviously, we've got some interesting things here. The fighter and the white mage have been forced. But the fighter's got legendary sword bonus and hurt undead. So anytime it's going to swing against an undead, it's going to get a damage increase. It also has the legendary sword, which means it can equip the katana, the vorpal, the Excalibur. All those really good endgame swords, it can equip as a fighter. So, probably a fighter seed. We've got red mages, looks like, on DMStewart side. So, red mages have the plus 40 HP, plus 10 luck. So, it's going to have a better chance at running. And it's got -1 MDef per level. Little rough there. If we don't have wall, it's going to be a little rough. White Mages has equipped Shirt as a bonus, plus 25 agility, so it's going to be a little harder to be meleeed or attacked. But the problem is the White Mage, no wall. So because it's forced, we have to have it, but it can be recruited later since we have to light 2 orbs, and there are characters that are there that we can possibly recruit. Could look to see of getting rid of that White Mage since it has no wall ability. Black Mages, plus 20 Vitality, equipping of shields, but a minus 30 HP at the start. So Black Mages are going to have a lot of HP, so I really like how Serisan went double Black Mage and probably going to look to either take out the White Mage or hope to find a bunch of ribbons or get rid of that White Mage. It's going to be an interesting call here to see how both of our runners here are going to handle that White Mage with no wall. Since we're going to be checking chests, but not really a whole lot of chests, it's going to be an interesting balance to see how our runners handle it. As you can see there, we are about to get started here for both our runners. Here we go. It's like Serisan's video is just a little bit ahead. We got Expert, Invis, a White Mage, not looking so good here. Lit 3 and Stop, not bad black magic to at least get us through things if we need to. Expert can be kind of useful here. Invis, probably our biggest bonus here for us. And Serisan gets blocked by the nice lady that decides to go down the pathway. Serisan can't check the shop, so DMStewart must have paid off the lady there to block off Serisan. Just to kind of give you an update here, Serisan is 0-1, hoping to get a comeback here. Make a comeback, trying to get the 1-1 record here, get himself into a good spot for brackets. This is DMStewart's first match of the tournament, so hopefully he will be able to get properly or getting a good start to the tournament itself also. And our free magic item looks like it's a Bane Sword. Kind of good, kind of not. We can sell it. I think it generally sells pretty well. I can see them getting rid of it with a Lit 3. Our Lit 3 is our black magic. Good amount of gold in the bottom left chest here. I like the at least looking to see what these chests are. Big money here allows us to shop early and get items that we might need, like armor and weapons. First look at Garland here. Is he going to be a pain? Bane Sword says, not today. Poison Smoke, terminated. Oh, we get the key early. That is a required item. And the canal. But to get out of the inner sea, we need either the floater or the ship. But we have the key already. That allows us to open up the Canaria locked rooms, which is a incentive location. Also, we have a bunch of key-locked areas we can open up instantly for treasures. You will see here on some of these treasure boxes, Well, there's none here, but there are treasure boxes that are going to have an X on them. They are spike tiles, or trap chests, if you want to call them that. And basically what that means is there's going to be enemies kind of from within that area, or the general area, that's going to be protecting it. And what they've done is, as an optional thing with these flags for the winter tournament, is rare treasures are going to be in these trapped treasures. So things like katanas, ribbons, ice armors, all that kind of stuff is going to be in these trap treasures. So if they want to check chests, those are the ones you want to check. So for the risk of checking these and taking on enemies, that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to defeat those monsters to get those treasures, to get those rare treasures. And especially with that fighter having legendary swords, it's going to be pretty crucial there because, like I said, Excalibur's out there. There's 2 katanas. There's a sun sword. Bunch of stuff that we can use. So with the canal and the key here, the general consensus, I think, is to go to Provoca. You want level 2 magic. Really sets you up to see how you can lay this seed. Will we get fast? Will we get temper? Will we get nuke? Will the white mage become useful for helping to clear enemies? Do we get the fade spell or a harm 4 that has been buffed? There's a saber. Do we want to bring up a thief to replace the white mage if there's one available? Heal 3, fog 2 helps out the white mage more for endgame stuff, unfortunately. We're basically carrying that white mage now. Not going to be doing a whole lot, but DM Stewart, the first one to take on Ibiki the Pirate here, not very dangerous. So we got Lit 3, we've got Ice 3, we have a Bane Sword. Do these runners try and do a, quote, cheeky ice play? I don't think so, but you can see it. Maybe DM Stewart feels like he's really got... No, with a ship out, we've got a lot of options now. That whole... I mean, we have access to pretty much everything we need to now. Waterfall, Ordeals. The Bahamut's got an incentive chest with a bunch of with a bunch of chests. We got Waterfall that's available. So pretty much everywhere we need to go is now available to us. Thanks to Bicky the Pirate with the vanilla ship. So far, not a whole lot here. So we've got a fighter that's in really good shape. The fighter's got plus legendary swords, plus hurt undead, with minus 10 agility. So the fighter's looking really, really good this seed. The Black Mage's got plus 20 vitality and can equip shields. And the only negative one that really hurts, I would say, our light warriors, is the fact that white mages cannot cast the spell wall, which is something that I think this tournament in particular has really been highlighting, is the fact that we're not guaranteed more than one ribbon. Like you're almost guaranteed 0 to 1 ribbons, and that wall spell can be very, very beneficial. So route divergence here. Serisan's going to try and take on, or look at all these chests here. See those X's? That means they're spike tiles. Catmen with Death Touch. Okay. If we can take them out, it's great. Those are worth good experience early on. But the problem is they're not nice. Nightmare Evil Men. That's not, or I'm sorry, Bad Men. They have multiple hits. They hit hard. We do have Ice 3 that takes out the Nightmares. I mean, if we can take it out, this is good experience. As long as they don't try and melee our casters, we have a chance. Looks like Bahamut on the right-hand side here has got a couple spike tiles here, or spike chests. Tail is hidden right there, right by Bahamut. Bahamut couldn't look behind him and find it. So instant promotion for DM Stewart here. Pretty good. Now, DM Stewart, will he check those spike tiles right now? Looks like an ice plus or an ice -2 sword. So not very good for a rare treasure, but it's still a good weapon. Maybe not endgame right now. We still got a lot of other options here. So you kind of got to get ready here. I think it's dragons. Oh, it's zombies and ghouls. So, ooh, warp, frack, fast, endgame stuff right there with the fast. We'd like to see that. We would have liked Temper to be level 3 probably, but we'll take it. We'll take the fast. Fast is just as important. Warp allows us to do waterfall, allows us to do ice cave quicker. Opal plus 4, pretty good armor. Obviously not a pro ring. And a cheap fighter right there. Okay. So DM Stewart here definitely benefiting from these encounters right off the bat. Good experience to start. Harm 4, so tier 4 magic finally lets the white mage become useful. Cake is available in tier 4 magic. That'll be good against Lich if we want to save spells. Unfortunately, the fighter already has plus undead damage. And a mage stick, so nothing overwhelming here at Bahamut's, except for the tail, obviously, very important. That means the fighter, we don't have to worry about the fighter not getting its spell charges. A ninja, if we end up picking it up later. DM Stewart's got to be careful, though, now that we've already promoted. The black belt's still in a pretty good position here. It's got resistances to earth and fire. It's got plus 10 hit percentage, so we hit those breakpoints about 3 levels sooner. And it's only got minus 10 vitality, so the black belt, if we can pick one up, is still really good. The only downside is DM Stewart has put himself in a case where if we're going to do the black belt, it's going to be promoted as a master, and it's only going to get 1 MDef per level. Which is fine if you find like an opal bracelet, and you do put a pro ring on it, and you put a ribbon on it. It's protected from all the spells. You don't have to worry about it too much, except for it's going to get hit hard by the non-elemental spells. Serisan on the left-hand side finds Lock. We found Zap. We found Fade that was level or tier 6 magic. So white magic not very good for clearing out enemies. There is our last required item of loot. We just need to find an access to either Ra or the Earth Cave, the Oxiel for C, or the Chime Cube, and we're technically in go mode here for Serisan. This could potentially be a very quick seed here if we can get an access to another Fiend Dungeon and a spike tile to grind on. Houses are pretty cheap at 1,700. I like how I would say pretty cheap at 1,700, but the base game, I believe, was 3,000, so it's pretty cheap. And Serisan with the Ordeals play decides, I'm going to go here first. It helped out my opposition last time. We're going here. We're going to check it out. Let's see where DM Stewart goes. Left from Bahamut's. Decided to go to Elfland to get the spells. I think he is going to... Where are we going here? Maybe going into the inner sea to do ice? I mean, we still got turn-ins of the crystal. We got the turn-ins for herb. Oh, we're picking up more equipment and stuff. Okay. The silver +2 bracelets are very good. Alright, Serisan's making his way through. I don't think check the iron gold spike tile. So bypasses the spike tile there. The mud gold spike tile. Could have had the eye there, but that's a spike tile that is kind of sneaky. Excuse me. If you don't, it's very easy to bypass, as you saw there. Our Goyle's blocking a chest here in Ordeals. Which, honestly, with only 3 of them showing up, hopefully they didn't roll too high. We can take them out quickly. That's okay. And DMStewart's going to do Marsh Cave. Marsh Cave's got a surprising amount of spike tiles here. And it's an incentive location. Might find something good there. Sun plus 2 sword. Ordeal's already paying off with an end game weapon here. Oh, I think Serisan accidentally ran into those mummies. Thankfully, the mummies are not going to be mean today. Well, while all this is going on here, let me just remind everybody, we've got plenty more action of the Final Fantasy Randomizers Chaos's Winter Carnival. Tomorrow, for Thursday, we got 5 races from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. A whole bunch of them. We've got a couple races on SG that are to be determined. We got one on the FFR, or 2 of them on FFR channel. So make sure to stay tuned, join the Discord, and be up to date on all the races that are going on with this tournament just starting this week. We got about 3 weeks of pod action, and then we get into brackets. Everybody's made brackets. And then we get into brackets. So Serisan is in technical go mode. Because we found the rod, we have access to the 2 orbs required. We have the loot. We have the key. We can technically go. We have the tail that is available at Bahamut, which means if we were looking for the tail, it's available. We can do promotions right away. Anything extra at this point is we're hoping for a grind tile, or we can grind in Topher. A lot of options for us that's available. Obviously, there is a ribbon that could potentially be blocked by the floater, but do you want to waste time looking for it? We have a Vorpal that's out there. We have a bunch of spiked chests that will be holding rare items. They could be holding the legendary weapons that we can equip. Obviously, a katana rolling up would be very beneficial. There is a floater for DMStewart there. The Marsh Cave pays off. Can he make use of that and push an advantage with it? He really needs maybe a ribbon to be behind that floater. Or a Vorpal that rolled up, maybe +5, and Serisan's not able to find it. White Dragon Tile. Been okay for early levels. Giants are okay for early levels, more for money. And poor Serisan here, just getting slept all day by these zombies and ghouls. DMStewart was able to get a good turn order and be able to make short work of them. Okay, some more giants. So that's one of the things is, if you're going to be checking chests, the ones that are spiked or got that X on them, like what DMStewart's about to pick up, are the important ones. There are 50 of them, and they're all going to have rare items. Ribbons, pro rings, all the legendary swords. It's true. Floater, as Budgemono points out, it's not great, but at the same point, he is, quote, in go mode already. He already has the information. Ordeals is required. DMStewart could do the same thing and fade Ordeals for a lot longer, which slows him down. With a floater, you kind of tend to not go Ordeals as much because of that long walk. And DMStewart was right next to Ordeals when he did the Bahamut. Is his first thing that he did when he left the Inner Sea. It'll be very interesting to see how DMStewart routes this now, because the longer he doesn't do it, unfortunately, I think it's going to be an advantage to Serisan. But if Serisan doesn't do it, and let's say a ribbon or the Vorpal, like, especially a ribbon, if a ribbon is like the bottle turn-in or the slab turn-in, you know, the translated slab over in the Fane, I think could be a big thing for DM Stewart. Because a white mage cannot use wall. And so far, I don't think I've seen wall. Let me double check here with Danny's notes here, because Danny is doing an awesome job, and I have not seen her put wall up on any of the spells yet. So, wall not up there so far means I don't think we're going to be able to get it for the red mage, which makes a ribbons even more important. There's Saberteeth's Catman. DM Stewart gets initiative. Serisan wasn't able to do it. So this could be potentially a good item for DM Stewart that Serisan may forget and not do. And I know some people are like, well, why are you making a big deal of this? Well, every spike tile that, or every spike chest that one runner doesn't check and another does can make a big difference there. Mage Sword, not overly great, but, you know, it's not bad. It's not something that we just jump for joy and say, hooray, we got this. Nightmares and Batman. Serisan's able to take out. Red Dragons are available. That's not a bad spike tile if the Red Dragons is not high evade. It doesn't have a lot of HP. Let's take a look to see how much it takes. 97. Almost 200. Almost 300. What's the TLDR on the flag set there for Puna the Bear? Well, so we only need 2 orbs, and you need loot and key. And you're in go mode, essentially. You can enter the Temple of Fiends Revisited once you have lit the 2 orbs. So all you need is Rod, Oxyel, or Cube, and Chime. If you get any combination of those, you're in go mode because the Volcano is already accessible because we give all our runners a free canoe. So you already have access to Volcano, which is our fire orb. You just need to find one of those key items that gives you access to one of the other fiends. We also have 1 ribbon that is a key item that you can find. And you can also find a Vorpal that is shown there by Wilcleosis. Vorpal is an incentive key item. It is a very zoom high execution flag set. The average time is anywhere between 40 minutes and about 55, I would say. Generally, 45, I would say, is the average for 55. Yeah, right. Hey, Shumbabi, welcome. So there's the loot. DM Stewart still needs to find the rod, which is in Ordeals. That's at least for go mode. I don't know why I thought loot was there. But that'll at least get him in go mode right off the bat. I just want you to get better so we can, you know, set up our race, Shun. And I was hoping to take you on when you had, you know, your COVID, you know, and have a chance to win. But. So Flame Shield +5, that is equipable by the Black Mage also, so that's always nice. Black Mage getting that equipped shield is kind of interesting. So DM Stewart's going to be in go mode here shortly when he makes his way through. Will DM Stewart check the Mud Goal spike tile? If that spike tile happens to be the eye, I think Serisan's going to kick himself again. If Danny wants to... Oh, I lied. Wall was available. Oh. Danny says wall was available, level 3, slot 3. So it was available. So that's good to know. Thank you, Danny. So the ever-important wall that white mages cannot use is available for the red mage. Very important there. Agamas are found in the tile there. I don't think Saracen checked it. I could be wrong. So that's definitely a grind tile we could use. White shirt is found in Earth thanks to our rare treasure spiked chests, if you want to call it. So that's a very good find. Allows us to cast Invis 2. It definitely is an odd check there, but with the fact that all of our rare items are behind these trapped chests, I think you're going to see a lot of these checks. There's our mud goals. Wolves and Gerwolves, not the best experience. Not good for experience, but the good news is they should go down very easily. Don't have to waste a lot of resources. DMStewart gets the Sun Sword +2. So both runners looking very good. And there's the Power Bonk right there available. Makes our fighter even better here. Our end game is looking very, very strong here. If we find a katana, if that rolls plus, we're looking pretty good. The knight has access to legendary weapons. There's Astarias. Those are actually pretty nice to find. Those are good experience, especially if they don't roll anything nasty. We take these fights, less grinding we gotta do. Although they look like they rolled up on HP. So DMStewart making his way through ordeals finally realizes that he's in go mode, but he's got the floater. Serisan doesn't have the floater, so the vampire pays off with the ribbon. That's a very important ribbon because we're gonna need it, especially for Serisan there. Yes, Serisan does have the knight that can cast wall. But that's the only casting of wall we've got is the knight. And mages here. DMStewart looks like tried to grind on some mages, and mages decided trance. Phil Collins, we have Agamas, and we're very true. Oh no! The mages trying to grind on mages and gonna pay for it. Gets running out of there. DMStewart probably never ran so fast out of ordeals. Manages to keep it. Walks a couple steps before saving. The mad lad himself takes a couple steps after leaving. Oof, that was scary there, but keeps his hopes alive of going 1-0 in this pod. And Earth play Ruse Stick available. So we got a ribbon and a Ruse Stick hanging out in Earth alone. Our knight is going to be able to solo, if needed, pretty well here. I would think DMStewart is going to do the same kind of checks, I would assume, but could be wrong. And Aegis -3, not so good. I think we use the flame. You got to use... Oh, okay. Equips it on the... Interesting. I like the call. I mean, for armor-wise, the fire shield is better. But I guess it's a small enough difference that maybe it doesn't matter to Serisan, which is perfectly fine. Hey, Gloomy, how's it going? Welcome. The DMStewart is going to take the trip over to Volcano here. He knows that he's in go mode. Now, both runners have promoted, as you can see. The fighter is really good. If we find a black belt, does anybody bring it? Probably not. because it's going to be a master, but I could be wrong. There's an eye. All right, so DM Stewart's found the eye in a interesting location that is the Fire Elemental one, which is actually, we can gain access to that without having to take any steps, removing the encounter table. And I think that is a thief over by Lich. Oh, we're caking. Come on. Give him the cake. Ah. The DM Stewart there, if you're up against Chimeras, cast Ice 3. They are actually weak against ice. When if you watch this back. So the thief, will Serisan bring the thief? He's thinking. Serisan.exe was not working, now is loaded, and we brought in the thief. Alright, so the thief has Hurt Dragon, plus 80 HP, and minus 10 defense. And DM Stewart finds an even better endgame weapon. Hello Excalibur, plus 3 in Volcano. Wow, both sides finding some great endgame gear here. DM Stewart's found a spike tile, or yeah, spike tile to grind on. Kind seed is kind. It can be. Blue Dragon, that could be nice. That could be a nice one if the Blue Dragon rolls nice or easy. 300, 400, almost 500. Okay, yeah. We're definitely not going to be grinding this thing. Oh man, this Blue Dragon's like 600 HP. Yeah, we're definitely not grinding that anytime soon. So far in endgame equipment-wise, or endgame weapon, excuse me, endgame weapon-wise, DM Stewart with the advantage, I think, with the Excalibur for sure. Endgame equipment total, though, I think Serisan's got an advantage with that ribbon and that ruse stick. Now, DM Stewart can find those very easily, because those are kind of on the way checks. He just has to check them. Although that dragon armor, very good there for Serisan in Northwest Castle. And it looks like DM Stewart's going to be trying to take out his party members so he can grind on that eye tile. But we're going to be here for a little bit to grind that eye. Only downside is that eye's going to take forever. I think we used a house before doing this, so everybody got fully healed. And the important thing is Serisan's already lit his first orb. So about 31 minutes in, just to kind of rehash what we're dealing with here. The fighter's got plus legendary swords for anybody that is just joining. Plus legendary swords on the fighter. Plus hurt undead, minus 10 agility. The Mollusk doesn't really matter much. We're not relying upon his ability to evade hits, really. The Red Mage, plus 40 HP at the start. Plus 10 luck, can run a little bit better. The negative side of Red Mages is minus 1 MDF per level. That's a little rough, unfortunately. White Mages, since DM Stewart and Serisan both have one since it was required, they can equip a shirt, plus 25 agility, but they cannot cast the spell Wall. White Mage not being able to cast Wall, very, very sad indeed. Black Mages, plus 20 Vitality, able to equip shields, minus 30 starting HP. Alright, Serisan in Volcano here on the left-hand side. This is going to be very telltale here how we're going to do it. Finds the eye instantly, checks the spike tile. He's happy. He knows he's found a good tile here to get himself going. He's only got a Sun Sword. We do have the Excalibur that is in that armory. Is he going to check it? He's thinking. Yeah, he's going to check it. He's going to get that Excalibur. He's going to be looking very, very good for Topher. DMStewart getting that grind on. How far will DMStewart go on the grind? Serisan in the lead, in the exploration lead. Obviously, the orb lead here. DMStewart's got the advantage on at least the night levels. Not by much, though. That's a level 20 for Serisan, so Saracen's doing a very nice job of getting his levels up as he's been exploring. But with both runners fighting that eye and stuff, it's going to be interesting to see what Serisan does here, because does Serisan grind, or is he going to do a low-level dive into Temple of Fiends Revisited with how good that fighter is, or pretty good that fighter is, especially with that Excalibur plus? Does he feel with that ribbon on that fighter, can we go right into Topher and do it? It looks like DMStewart went to about 27. That gets him 5 hits on the Excalibur. I'm going to be honest with you guys. When an Excalibur starts getting up to 5 hits, it's a very good weapon. I mean, it's already good, but when it gets up to 5 hits and you can cast a fast on it, that's really when the Refiend fights really feel the pain from the Excalibur. So Serisan here, just looking for spike chests here, because he knows that ribbons can be there, the katana could be there, any kind of rare chest or any kind of rare loot. Excal, Zenobian coming in, calling out the Excal. All right, so the thief is leading for Serisan here. Going to be the meat shield of sorts here. DMStewart's got the higher level knight. DMStewart's also doing the same thing Serisan's doing. I think that's a very smart play by both runners. Red Mage is available. Does Serisan take that so we can get Wall? Get rid of that White Mage, get a Red Mage and be able to cast Wall. And another Fast Caster. But Excal says, see you later, Carrie. Serisan lights his second orb and can enter Temple of Fiends Revisited. Serisan's going to make the walk, going to be taking out HP so we can level up one of our Light Warriors here. So, going to be doing a grind here on the eye, getting himself situated. He knows that Knight is going to be his carry. We're going to be relying on that Knight to finish it off, and it is a very, very good Knight to do it. With the Roostic, with the Wall. All sorts of good stuff going on for us here. So DMStewart here, going to be lighting his first orb here. It's going to be interesting to see, will DMStewart check some of the same chests that Serisan did, because there is a ribbon available. There is a ribbon over in Earth Cave that is completely viable, very easy to get. I was going to say, we haven't seen Sarda yet. Maybe this is a Vorpal, which gives an advantage on Chaos. Or another ribbon? It's a crystal. Do we turn it in? It is kind of on the way to Temple of Fiends Revisited. We can do it. We can't waste time. We know we gotta go. If we're DMStewart, we've gotta know we've gotta be going here. The seat has been very nice. We know we're on the clock here. So the longer that ninja's up, the better for DM Stewart here. Saracen's got to hope that ninja goes down quicker so we can get that experience onto the knight. All right, DM Stewart, are we going to check this chest? No, he's going to bypass the ribbon. The ribbon has been passed. Very true by Shinmabi. The ninja above 400 HP is a tank. Oh, that was a white shirt. You're absolutely right. The ribbon was at Vampire. Good call. I mean, still, the white shirt's still very good. Yeah, Power Blanc is in the solo chest. So a lot of stuff here. Blizzard comes out. Ravages DM Stewart's party there. We don't have life. It's fine. We have a knight and a white mage. You know, plus 80 starting HP, as you can see, the ninja at level 24 manages to make it over 400 HP thanks to that plus 80 HP. It's kind of funny. Thanks, plus 80 HP. Harrison's ninja refuses to go down. Chubabi, you're absolutely right. He finally gets the eye tile here, and he can't make use of it to its full effect because the eye does not want to take out the ninja, and he keeps attacking the fighter for the knight. And every time that that ninja doesn't go down makes this even longer, especially if he's not even going to attack him in the first place. The ninja finally goes down. Now we can get the grind going. There's the power bonk for DM Stewart. With this flex set, do you even need to grind? Yes and no. If things roll well, you can do it sometimes, depending on the bonuses and malices. You can do it. If not, then yes. Because like Serisan was up in the upper or the lower 20s, just with checking some stuff. I mean, with this flag set, he was in okay position, I think, with his party. But yeah, Shumbadi says generally there's going to be some sort of a grind, maybe just to get yourself a little bit more spell charges, get yourself into a better position where you're not going to get nuked out of the gate and killed. And I will have to say, DM Stewart, without having his casters here, this is going to make some of these fights take a little bit longer to get out of. The no BB or BB that is stuck behind recruiting with the possibility of it being there or not being there is quite interesting. And then on top of that, all depending on if you already promoted or not and what kind of items you have, really determines how you want to play with that BB. Because if it's a master, you know, that +1 or 1 MDF per level is not very good. And DM Stewart decides not to go up there. That was, what was up there? I think that was Dragon Armor? No, Dragon Armor was somewhere else. Aegis Shield, so not very good. Aegis Shield not very needed. Thank you very much, chat, for remembering the Aegis Shield. It wasn't very important to me. It rolled like -3. I wasn't very thrilled about it. But Serisan has lit his second orb. He is now able to go into Temple of Fiends Revisited, take on the Reef Fiend fight, and hopefully end the 2,000-year loop. Also, on top of that, punch his ticket, or punch his way into a 1-1 here, get himself back into a good position for brackets here. So, trying to get himself set for brackets. DM Stewart there. This is his first game of the winter or the 2023 winter tournament. So he's trying to get himself set up also. Yeah, so if you have a master, it would level up one per level or one MDF per level. There's DM Stewart, lights his second orb, second and final orb here, does not save after exiting. DM Stewart living on the edge there. I know that fighter is very, very beefy, but if you run into a death touch with that non-elemental chance of killing you, that's going to feel awful. Serisan making his way over to Topher here. We're going to have a race here. DM Stewart's going to have to do a little bit of odds and ends here, get his characters up. We're going to make the dive there too. Will both runners check Temple of Fiends revisited locked rooms? No for Serisan. So Serisan entered at about 43 minutes and 35 seconds. DM Stewart's going to be right behind him. Here, oh, wait. We're going to do the crystal check. Is this crystal? This thing's got to be really good. A ribbon? Got to be a ribbon here if it's going to be anything good. There's a ribbon. Second ribbon for DM Stewart. Puts himself in a decent position here. Could be potentially life-saving. DM Stewart going to be spending more time, going to be checking stuff. This is going to be very dangerous here. We got a very powerful knight. We've got a very, we've got two ribbons. We better be looking for something very important here. All right, Serisan on the earth floor. Okay, we're buying pro rings. Not very important, but kind of important. Here comes Lich. We have Hurt Undead as a bonus trait on our fighter. We have Excalibur. Big swing. 5 hits, 5/16. Doesn't take it out. Cake was not delicious for Lich today. Serisan's cooking skills was not good enough. Lich said no thank you. But the Sun Sword on the Ninja able to take it out. Carry. This is where the first time where we might start losing some Light Warriors here. We're going to cast fast. Carry's weak to the Excalibur. Big swing by the Excalibur takes out Carry before Carry can do anything. 2 fiends down, and we're on to the first Gatekeeper. The first potential Gatekeeper. One that even Knights have to worry about. If they roll up with that 180%, that Knight can still potentially be in a dangerous position. Couple fights just before Kraken Seafood, the sea floor says, you've been going a little too fast, Serisan. Let's slow you down a little bit. That is a 35 Knight, I just realized. With the Excalibur, I think it rolled +3, so we're like 3 levels away from a 6th hit. That's a big dark hit. Not very strong. The Ninja survives. I think we're going to be okay here for Serisan. Good turn order. Fast comes out. Excalibur hits. 5 hits for 724. Woo-hoo-hoo! That was a big hit. 5 hits, 94 on a Knight. See you later, Kraken. Excalibur greater than Kraken. Uh-oh, Crack comes out. That's going to be a problem. Takes out everybody, but we have a Roo-Stick power-bonked Ribbon Knight that could potentially do the last 2 fiends. I think we're okay. Potentially could be okay here. But could spell disaster here. We need turn order. We need that Roo-Stick to go off first. Roostic comes out first. Tiamat, fire 3. Thank you. We'll take that. Gas that again. Big swing, big miss. Tiamat with a non-elemental spell that hits max just about. That's not what we want to see. 3 hits, 305. Tiamat kind of evasive here. 10 damage. Oh no, a nuclear that rolls minimum. That's good. Tiamat's still missing, but he's got non-elemental spells. Lich goes down on the right-hand side. DMStewart's coming through. Bane comes out and misses. I bet he was holding his breath on that one. Excal finally crits, gets through some of that Tia evasiveness and armor. Fire 3 coming out. I think we're going to be hitting... Ooh, Tia's got some HP here. Finally goes down. It's an Excal versus Chaos. DMStewart on the right-hand side gets punched a little bit by Kelly. Doesn't matter because Excal says, see you later. 1 round down. Kelly goes down. Well, we get blocked by... Actually, this is potentially bad news here, folks. This is one thing you have to be careful of. Roost sticking is the proper call, I think, 9 out of 10 times. Because you can get punched by these things that go through your armor very easily. We need to get that evasiveness out here. So that first turn could have potentially been disastrous for Serisan. Who is Kelly? That is Carrie. There's a fun name change you can do where it changes Carrie's name to Kelly. It's great. All right, DMStewart hoping that Chaos is able to absorb as much or be evasive against that Excalibur. Here we go. Nuclear comes out. That's almost a max roll nuclear to start. That's not what we want to see. Chaos swings. We're in nuke range here. Oh boy. Non-elemental. Chaos crits through in max evasion. We're on heal pot strats. 109. Oh, this is not good. We got to get ourselves out of nuke range. We're still trying to heal pot. We got to do this for a while here. We know nuclear is going to be coming around soon. That's another skill coming through. That's 2 skills, or 3 skills. There's the nuclear again. That hits minimum roll. DMStewart's going to get baned here, or cracked, I'm sorry, potentially. But we have 2 ribbons, manages to make it through there. So he's through, going to be taking on Tia. Serisan's able to slowly gain that HP up, get himself into a position where he can take on Chaos and powerbomb himself. But he's battling against the nuclears that are coming out non-stop. He is a heavy casting of that nuke coming ink. It's going to be another nuclear. This could be a very, very long battle for him. 172 nuclear, that's a mid-roll. Chaos is going to swing again. Now we got to do it. I mean, this is going to be a while. It's going to be a lot of heal potions. It's going to be a lot of... And there's the crit through the max evasion. I mean, that is a very tough call because of the way the Chaos rolled. It looked like no spells. He was only casting the nukes, the nuclears, and the inks, and it was very quick. He wasn't able to get his HP up very quickly at all. Bane out from Tiamat here. DMStewart is in the driver's seat now with a white mage that can at least heal that knight, allow him to get those buffs. Very important there. You got to be able to get those buffs. You really need to be able to get those buffs up so you can out-damage or keep alive and be able to actually do damage against Chaos here. Tornado, max roll, a very big roll, 258, kills the white mage by 6 HP before the knight can kill it. That is just dirty. And then DMStewart does not heal, going to die because he didn't heal after the Tiamat fight. Oh no. You gotta heal. You gotta heal after Tia. You can't be greedy in that situation. Oh. Alright, Serisan back on to the earth floor. We know the first 2 fiends, even Kraken 2 is pretty easy. Tia 2's got Bane. If you take too long, the Bane comes out, all of Serisan's party's down again, and he's going to have to try and take out Chaos with a lone fighter again, which is going to be very impossible. Cake lands, that's what I'm talking about, Serisan. So Cake lands, makes easy work of Lich. Alright. Carry. Left-hand side, we got some Invis 2 casts, but the important thing is we want turn order, and we want to be able to keep up. Oh, stop comes out. That's going to be a problem. We're not going to get the fast out. Excalibur should still do good work. Next turn, carry should go down. Great. Turn order. Easy. DMStewart re-enters Temple of Fiends Revisited here. Has the second ribbon. Can't be greedy. That second ribbon was very crucial, but the White Mage going down by Tia's bad turn order, or RNG, whatever you want to call it, really cost them there. Not healing after Tia 2. Alright, here we go. Kraken. We got kind of bad turn order. The Knight hits good for 619 with a couple crits there. Fast comes out finally. Kraken gets a first turn lit 2. Serisan breathes a sigh of relief. Thank you for only casting lit 2 and nothing dangerous. Please no nasty AoE insta-deaths. Another lit 2. Is this a vanilla Kraken 2? Big hit. Kraken 2 goes down. Now Serisan's got to plan his party. Here we go. Gotta plan what we're going to do for this fight. I don't think Serisan knows about the Bane. We've got to take out Tia before the Bane comes out. Fast. White shirt. White shirt comes out. Good. DMStewart on the earth floor on the right-hand side. Big hit by the Excalibur without a fast for only 238. Not very good. Team that's going to punch for 41, so not very strong on the melee there by Tia. 421. We're giving Tia a chance to cast Bane. Fire 3 comes out. That's going to ravage our party. We don't have many ribbons. We're going to wait. We're going to wait. We're going to cast Fade. Excalibur finishes it. No, 805. There's the Bane. Comes through. Takes out everybody. Serisan is going to be crying because he knows what's going to be happening. He's got to go through Whiz Vampires and Zombie Dragons. And then he's got to get... Oh, no. So he actually changed his encounter table. So Serisan changed his encounter table. Did not have to take on that fight. And here we go. Serisan knows what's coming. I don't know how we're going to do this. We got to hope to resist the nuclear. We have to resist... Oh, Chaos starts out. This is a good start. Oh, that's a very high roll nuclear. Nuclear's coming out again. Serisan knows it's coming. Power Bonk comes out. Ooh, Chaos is still swinging. This is good. Can we get him into a punchy loop? Not very easy here. But he's being punchy. This is good. We're going to start swinging. 84. That's a min roll. 467 with a crit. We know we're in nuclear range. If he rolls high, Swirl comes out. Nuclear's coming up next. We're out of nuke range. Nuclear 158. Now we're back into nuclear range. We got ink and then nuclear again. DMStewart on the right-hand side, just about to approach Kraken 2 here. 100 HP potions. We gotta hope Chaos does not crit. No crits from Chaos means a good thing. 527, what a hit by the Excalibur. Come on, get another big hit. 317. RNG loop, possibly. 5 hits for 700. Woo! We're doing some damage now. 264. Uh-oh, nuclear's coming. Oh, he punched instead of casting nuclear. Was that the key? Yes, it is. Serisan gets himself into 1-1 there for a record. Woo! Gets Chaos to punch several times. Able to attack with the Excalibur to get himself to actually do some damage on Chaos. Nicely job by Serisan there. I don't think I've seen somebody use so many heal potions in a fight. So DMStewart makes his way through Kraken 2 there. A very tight battle to get through Kraken 2 as did a lot of damage to that Knight. And walking into the booth, little tired, little, I don't know, anxiety maybe?
Cake landed on Lich 2. Run is blessed. That's how I knew the dive was going to happen, even after the Bane.
Oh, because you didn't know about the Bane, because you took him out the first dive in 2 turns. I think you got turn order and you took him out in 2 turns or something like that. But we saw it on DM Stewart's side. Oh,
no, so when I did Tia 2 the first time, it took a few turns because I had rused twice and power bonked a couple of times. But I figured I would just go swinging. I had my fast cast still available. I had fades on the White Wizard. You know, I thought I was just going to be able to power through and not see anything interesting. And I don't even remember if I saw a Bane the first dive because I wasn't paying that much attention.
No, you didn't. Yeah, you didn't. That was like one of the main things. I was like, he hasn't seen the Bane, and then like you had a couple bad rolls on your damage rolls, and I'm like, oh, that Fire 3 comes out. Here comes that Bane, and it came out. I'm like, oh no, this is a repeat. Oh no.
Yeah, I cannot repeat on this broadcast partner's channel what I said when that happened. But let me tell you, this was a very entertaining seed for me in that, you know, I just dove into go mode basically. Like, I don't know, it was nice just hitting all the things I needed, and trapped boxes that are marked are really wonderful. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the things is we saw the loot was instant for you guys. As DM Stewart there finally able to take out Tia 2. Did not get Bane there this time. But Tia 2 unfortunately sacrificed that Black Mage. We still have a fast caster. So you actually wiped in Chaos. DM Stewart came up behind. I don't know if you were watching the broadcast at all.
I saw the no heal into the Whizvamp zombie D-pack that I rused up to run away from.
yeah, that was the thing is I pointed out, it's like if you like that's one of the encounters where you have to ruse up and then try and run, because those things just punch right through armor, and yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
They sure do. It's not like that fighter had low absorb. Like, you know, Dragon, Aegis, uprolled power bonk, and a ribbon that was uprolled. Like, I don't know the exact number, but it was big. And yeah, I'm glad that I stayed on the eye as long as I did to get the hit points, to get the extra swings, and you know, the damage out of the fighter.
Yeah, you needed every single one of it, especially with only one. There's the nuclear that comes out that Serisan has become well acquainted with.
Mm-hmm.
Mid rolls, not too bad. Definitely a lot nicer compared to what Serisan had to deal with. There was a couple max rolls that you had to deal with instantly. That's 1,000 damage by DM Stewart's Knight there. Good start. Chaos comes out swinging. This is good. We know Ink's going to be the next, not spell, but ability.
Imagine having characters alive that can heal.
I know, right? Big swing by the Excalibur, so we've done about 1,800 damage there. We know Chaos definitely had at least around 3,000, I would say. So that's about 2,000 we've dealt with now. We're going to probably have to heal. We haven't seen Ink yet, so we know Nuclear's not coming out. There's the Ink. So as us as spectators, we know what's coming next, unless he punches. Big Excalibur swing for 874. That's about 2,900 damage we've dealt. Chaos swings. That's always a plus, even though our Knight's at 657. 882. DM Stewart finishes with a time of around 101.19. GG's to DM Stewart there. So Serisan, you have now made yourself into the 1-1 there, getting yourself into a good position to become 2-1 potentially, and get a better position in the brackets there. I guess. So you got the loot there first, right? And you're looking at it and you go, well, all I need is, or I'm sorry, you got key right off the bat. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And so now you have access to so many locked rooms, which is, you know, locked chests, right? With the that, right? So what was your plan? Because like you could have gone technically left. I mean, nobody's gonna go left, but you could have gone left and checked all that stuff. Like what was your mindset when you found that key? Because I think that's one of those things where like there's so many options and you have to plan yourself. If you don't, you kind of get lost. If that makes sense.
So my plan was to follow my usual running logic as much as possible. I had a canal. I did not have a ship at that point. So I'm just going to check my boxes in Canaria, head over to Provoca, see what comes out of it. We get the ship from Vicky, and I'm like, cool, I can leave. And I go to Ordeals. I had at that point warp casts. I had enough spells. And I wasn't really impressed with the magic, so I knew I was going to have to really lean in on that night a lot harder than I wanted to. Getting the rod. I got the loot from Crescent Lake. Get into Ordeals. Get the rod out of there. Stop by Bahamut for a cheeky check. Get the tail and promote. I'm like, heck yeah. Get some levels. Go do Earth. Get more levels. The red D tile was good to help out there, and then off and away we went.
Never saw the red D tile.
It was Hall of Giants' first tile.
Okay. Never didn't even look at it. Only looked for trap chests.
I was
Because I was looking for good armor.
Yep, and joining us in the booth there is DM Stewart there. GG's to you, sir.
Yeah, GG, man.
Heartbreak there to not heal after TF2 there. You were in a decent position, but Chaos, let's just say, was not very nice with solo characters.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to survive Chaos solo. I'm kind of glad I wiped out where I did.
I gotta ask because for not having the airship, I never actually got spells on the night. Was Cure 4 in a night learnable slot? I can't remember at all. Okay.
No, I went and checked.
I would have felt like the biggest dunce.
No, I checked it after I wiped.
So, DM, my first dive against Chaos was high roll nuke into crit through evade stacks, and I'm suddenly at like 200 health. And so I start heal potting up, and another nuclear comes out, and I'm like, oh no. And then there's a swirl, and I'm like, when does it stop? And the answer was it didn't.
And see, I didn't see the second nuclear, and I didn't see the swirl, because X-Cal was very effective.
Yeah, so my first dive in Topher, the Big Eye Gershark pack cracked everybody but the Knight. And then my second dive, Tia 2 baned everybody but the Knight. It was rude.
That is rude. That is rude. Let's see. Where I heard you talk. I heard because I popped into the Twitch channel after I completed. I heard you talking about Dragon Armor and Aegis Shield. Where were those?
The Aegis Shield was Earth 4, but it rolled minus. It was like -3. That was an Earth 4, but I mean, you're not going to go there.
Yeah, still would have been better than my Ice +1.
What, Ice Shield?
Yeah, Ice Shield +1.
It wouldn't have mattered. No, it wouldn't have mattered.
Not particular. I mean, if you had a ribbon on the Knight, it doesn't matter.
You already had a ribbon. Yeah, you already had a ribbon. Like, honestly, the only thing that he had over you was the Dragon Armor.
Where was that?
Northwest.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that check.
I never even touched Northwest.
Yeah, the Northwest. I mean, that was the only thing that was like really. And then he picked up the white shirt from the vamp room, the very first chest room when you first walk in on that right hand side, bottom right.
I didn't. It was far enough out of the way I didn't even look.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those quote the cheeky checks because a lot of people kind of ignore it, but I mean it was a white shirt. It's not overly great for what you needed anyways, but it's something that's nice because I mean most of the fiends. Nice. Yeah, most of the fiends here didn't really hit that hard. Well, at least not for Serisan and his dragon armor.
And curse you, Danny, and the Death Touch imps.
There was something else with Death Touch too, and it hit my third Black Mage, and then I replaced that with the Ninja, or second Black Mage rather. I went fighter black white. And whatever it was that... it was the wizards. I was terrified of those wizards for the rest of the dive through Earth 4.
Never saw wizards.
Yeah, they had Death Touch. So, congrats. I ran away from a 7-pack. But I replaced the Black Wizard with the Ninja, thinking, it's not bad to have the extra meat shield. And even though the vitality was high on the Black Mages, I didn't have levels there. And, trying to figure out what my strategy was going to be. And then I found the eye tile and it was like, the strategy is I'm going to finish this dungeon, then kill everybody off and have the knight go to the moon.
Yeah.
The moon being about 35.
Okay, yeah, I only took the knight up to about 30. I checked my hit percent, saw 130, and said, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, you both hit the 5 hits. Serisan, you're like 2 levels away from 6.
Whoops.
Yeah, with the +6, normally it's 40, so with the +3, 37.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, it didn't really... I mean, you could have easily have taken fights, too, if you really wanted it, but I think 35 was a good number anyways.
I mean, it gave me about 750 HP, and I felt good enough there.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much you could do. The nuclear max rolled you a couple times, which didn't help, and he was really spelling. I mean, he was going through that, that ability list so quickly. The first dive was kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Hey, this is my second best time on these on Winter Tournament flags, so...
Yeah, you did very well. You were in the driver's seat there. The no heal on Tia definitely hurt you there with the potential that you might have been able to kill Chaos. Like I said, if you can get Chaos, like with Serisan's second dive attempt on Chaos, if you get lucky with that battle RNG and he starts attacking you with that roost stick and stuff like that, you can get it through. The problem is you got to get him to get into that attack. You got to get lucky, essentially.
Yeah.
It's not like I even got him into a crit loop or anything. I just got lucky.
Yeah. I mean, as long as he's not casting his abilities, that's great. And that was the hardest thing, because it's either he's attacking or he's hitting abilities or he's hitting you through max evade with crits, Serisan. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oof, ouch.
Yeah, that first dive was super cursed. And it's because the cake didn't land. But then the cake landed on Lich 2 the second dive, and it was fine.
Exactly. So unless anybody kind of wants to punch anything or say anything else, I just want to say thank you very much for having us here, or having me be able to comms for you and everything like that. I very much enjoyed it. You guys did a very excellent job of the divergent pathing that you guys did, and the way you guys were very close to it, because you guys almost entered Topher within 20 seconds of each other. DMStewart ended up doing a little bit more shopping, trying to see if we could get a heal spell for that night.
That and a life spell.
Yeah, and a life spell. So kind of cost them there an extra minute, but like at the end of the day, very well done on both of you on, what you guys accomplished there and how you guys ran it. And I wish you guys a very good tournament run as you continue here, because Serisan's trying to make his way to 2-1, get himself in a better position. And for you, DMStewart, obviously right now you're 0-0, but 0-1, but you still got 2 more races to bounce back. And from what I've seen, you got the potential to do it.
Hey, I expected to go 0-3. I expected to go 0-3 and not see brackets. So I'm playing with house money.
You're already in brackets. That's the best part about it. Everybody's making brackets. We get a best of 3. We get to have lots of races and lots of fun with all of our runners there. So it's a good winter tournament to allow everybody to play. So that's great. I guess we'll do some final thoughts for you if you guys don't mind. DMStewart, we're gonna begin with you for final thoughts.
The cheeky Bahamut play was fun. Finally actually getting the tail in Bahamut in a race was really awesome. Death Touch imps, ew. And yeah, I'm actually glad I didn't heal up after Tiamat because there's no way I would have survived the chaos. It would have wasted more time. Great race, Serisan. I'm happy to be competitive with you.
Excellent job for you there, DM Stewart. Congratulations. I mean, for how you thought you were going to, do in this tournament, I saw very good things in it. I think you have a very good chance of doing very well in it. And so I wish you the best on that one. Before I take it over to our winner tonight, just to remind everybody, we do have 2 more races that are going on RPG Limit Break and over on our Final Fantasy Randomizer channel. So if you want to make your way over there, we got 2 races going on right now that are taking place or ongoing right now. So, and with that, let's go over to Serisan there to do final thoughts, and then we'll give Speed Gaming their channel back.
Well, thank you, Dangwoo, for doing the comms. Appreciate that. Danny, I tried to make tracking as easy as possible. I think that the tracker panel shows that. Thank you so much for doing that and for all that you do in the community. Thank you, Speed Gaming 4, for letting us be here. And thanks for coming out, everybody in chat. It's nice to have an audience. Hope that I put on the show that you were looking for. And GG DM Stewart. I know what your expectations were walking in. I know that there's been like a little bit of an intimidation factor, I think, that you've been trying to go up against. And I think you showed how much you've been improving over the past few months, and you put in a real competitive race here. Could have been very close. You could have taken it with a little bit better luck. But yeah, thanks everybody. And if you like what you saw, definitely come check out the Randomizer if you haven't already. At FinalFantasyRandomizer.com and join the Discord. We're a friendly group, and we got the Duck Boot Camp coming up after the Winter Tournament at the end of March.
All right. Thanks you once again to Serisan and DM Stewart there for putting on a show for us here. The headliners for tonight's Chaos's Carnival, Winter Carnival. Thank you guys for headlining it and giving us a show there. What a show that it was, making Danny's job a whole lot easier with the very minimal amounts of buttons she had to press. So I appreciate you guys doing that for her. She's doing a great job of keeping our tournament going. So with that, my name is Dang Woo. Danny in the background, thank you as always for helping us out, helping me out. The Woo and Wheels comms team will be put together at some point during this tournament, so I cannot wait for that. So make sure to keep an eye on that one. We're going to get out of here. Make sure to pay attention and watch the other races that are going on right now on RPG Limit Break and our Final Fantasy Randomizer channel. Thank you and have a great night.